Hello and welcome to our group's presentation of our app called KinKeep. KinKeep is a family social networking app that's private. It lets you create groups, add family members, create events, and share information. So for our acceptance testing, the first user story that I'm going to be testing is the one that says, as a user, I can create an account. But first, before I do that, I have to verify that the user's collection is empty and it doesn't contain any test user before I do this test. So we go to database, users.find, and it's empty. Now we can proceed. So first name according to the inputs over here, the suggested inputs, George, last name Jefferson. Hit next. The email will be george@jefferson.com. Date of birth 1950, like my dad. September 5th. Hit next again. Now the password is test at 1234. Just enter it again. 1234. Hit next. Now something interesting is about to happen. I'm about to hit sign up and create the account. However, look at what's going to take place. As I hit sign up, I'm actually logged into the group, and logged into the app, and you can see I've already created George Jefferson's group. Now let's go over to the database and see what's there. So let's check for the users again. And there we see the information that we just entered. Let's confirm that it matches with what was entered. So the name, first of all, it says George Jefferson. That's correct. The email, george@jefferson.com. The date of birth, September 5th, 1950. And of course, it's an admin because he's the one who's created the account as the group. So, as you can see, after successful sign up, the system automatically logs the user in and redirects them to the group dashboard. This confirms both account creation and session creation were successful. So let's check here. The new document was created in the users collection. That's correct. Document contains the correct name, date of birth, and email. Correct. The user can successfully log in after registration. So that's correct. What I can do is log out and log back in just to show that process. So we'll go to settings here, and as I'm passing by, I can hit these buttons. You can see we have light mode, and dark mode, which will work beautifully. This is one of the more, it's a non-core feature, but I thought I'd mention it at the same time. So we're logging out, confirm logout, yes. Now I already have an account, let's log in. That email was george@jefferson.com. And the password is test@1234. Log in. There we are again, don't remember password. Okay, so we can now set this to the color green, seeing that the test has passed. So this is now green. And the next user story that I'm going to demonstrate is, as a family head, I can create a group. That was technically demonstrated already, but I'm going to create another group just to show the actual process in real time. But as usual, before I do that, I have to go and check the collections, the groups collection, and see whether any groups exist as yet. So we go database.groups.find. And there's another group I'd created before, which I need to delete. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the first one that was created when we logged in. That's right. This is what was created when we just logged in, and that's George's information. So I'm going to go ahead and create a second group now. It's going to be a second group. Let's see, dashboard. Here we are with groups. Okay, so let's say George loves to play. George likes acting. So we're going to create a group called Actors Guild. And George's colleagues are there. Here are my colleagues from the studio because George is an actor. And we hit create. Now we can see their Actors Guild. So let's go back to the database and check that out. Database.groups.find. And here we go. What does it say? So the name who created it is George Jefferson. The group name is Actors Guild, as we saw. And the description here are my colleagues from the studio. So you can see that instantly it did work. And here's the group ID as well. So it did work, it did update in the database. So what do we have here? I have some other information here I'm going to change because I was testing it earlier before. So it says Actors Guild, created by George Jefferson, that's correct. And the description was here are my colleagues from the studio. Okay. So the expected outcome in your document appears in the groups collection. We saw that. The user ID field matches George Jefferson's user ID. We saw that. And the description said, let's correct that again. Here are my colleagues from the studio. Okay, so this one checks off as well as being, or rather having passed the acceptance test. There you go. So that's set to green. Okay, it's all green. So that's good as well. So the next one, as a user, I want to create posts with text and media. So first I'm gonna create it as the admin. So we're gonna go back to the feed here, click the new post button, look for some media. I have a funny picture here with Mike Tyson walking a tiger. Here's my neighbor Mike and his pet. Hit next, and we post it, and it's up on the feed. Now let's post another text only. Let's make another text only post. This is where I realized that I did not first check the database to see or show that it is first empty. So I'll do that right away before posting this status. So as it said, I'm gonna go check the database to see if there are any posts. The only one you should see is the one that I just made. That should be database post dot find, and we hit enter. What do we have? So it says just as I just entered. So it was posted by George Jefferson. The caption is here's my neighbor Mike and his pet. And the URL, it's the image is stored on Minio servers. So it's loaded from there. It's uploaded there. And here it is, Mike with tiger.png. So it did work. It did update. So that API is fine. Now I can go and hit next and then hit post. So now we can see it in the feed and it's scrollable. So this was the first one. This is the next one that George did. I can also like it. I can hit a comment. This is interesting. Please remember next time. LOL. And we post that. So the comment is there, and you can add the comment as well, and it's update in real time. Now let's go and check posts again. Database.post.find. Now we can see the text post that I just made. This is where I realized that I did not first check the database to see or show, and so on. So that one works quite well also. Right, so as we can see here, as a user, I want to create posts with text or media, and I did both text and media. So the post text Mike and his pet, and I'm just gonna put some suspension points to save time because you've witnessed it in real time. So suspension points, even etc. Okay. Expected outcome in the document was created in the post collection. That's correct, and it had the correct user ID. So this one is also ready for prime time, as we say. So I can also make this green, so that's passed. So we've passed the first three user story tests. And the fourth one now, as a standard member, I want to view an event so that I can see the event cards. So what I'm going to do is actually skip a little bit, and I am going to work on this one. As a family head, I can remove a user from a group. So what I'm going to do is add a user first. He's going to be a standard member, and then he's going to be removed from the group. So I'll see here, go to the admin dashboard, and groups. We have the actors guild that we created earlier on, and we can delete it actually, but we're not here for that at the moment. And for this one now, for the group members, George Jefferson, one member, we're gonna add another one via email. Now, this is how the members are added. So we send an email. Let's use one of my other emails. That's kamara.aline@gmail.com. And here we create the invite, and an invite link is generated. As you can see, the color is a little off because of the dark mode at this time on my computer. So copy the link, invite link copied. Here it is in case you want to see. Invite link is created. I close that. So now that link is sent to Kamara. So I'm going to demonstrate in another tab here. I paste and go. So there it is. Now I'm going to register. Kamara, last name Aline, hit next. The email is already filled in. My date of birth, 1980, January. Yeah, I almost forgot 18th. Hit next. Password. That, A-N-G. Then you hit next and look what happens. So have an invite code. That box is checked already and the invite code is here. And I hit sign up and it should do the same thing as in the other case. So it is signed up. All right, now I can see the feed. Now I can see the feed. So if I were to go back here now to look at the group members, George Jefferson's group, where is it? Group members, you can see Kamara Allen is there now. And I can also remove this member from the group. Okay, and it's gone. So now I can go back here. I removed it before I confirmed, but let me show you. Database.users.find, and it might only show me George, seeing that I already, oh no, Kamara is there. So it is there. All right. So it is there as I created it, but now it's been removed. And you can see via the addition that I did. So where are we? So I'm going to create another user. Where is it? Let me try to create another user. This is the regular user. Matter of fact, this user can actually add create events. So I'm going to try and create one here. My birthday bash. Because we're working on this user story. As a standard member, I want to view an event so that I can see the event cards. So let's create an event so we can see it. My birthday bash, location, Young Street. The start date, 2026, January 18th. Let's say 9 a.m. so we can do it all day. 9 a.m. 2026, January 18. We're gonna go until maybe 11 p.m. Yeah. Okay, so 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and turning 16 in 2026. Let's celebrate. This should work as planned. Birthday bash. I'm turning 16 in 2026. Let's celebrate. Submit. This one was an error because I was on the wrong section, so I'll have to log all the way out. Apologies for that. Okay, now I can log in from scratch. kamara.aline@gmail.com and hit login. Not now. Go to events, new event, birthday bash, wrong street. 2026, January 18. 2026, January 18, 9 a.m., 11 p.m. Okay, now this should be okay. When you submit, we still have a little error, but we'll get back to that. So for now, the error does appear, but I think I understand what's going on, but I put it in error for now. So the cards are there. The card is there in readiness, so that worked. However, it needs to be redone as a standard member. Okay, so we'll come back here, log out. Now let's log in as the admin, George at jefferson.com. Test at 1, 2, 3, 4. Log in. Not now. Go to events, add event. Anniversary of sobriety, for example, at the YMCA 2025, December 30th, 6 p.m. 2025. December 30th. Let's go until 10 p.m. Okay. Next, submit. So there, George has created this new event, the anniversary of sobriety. It's there. You can share it and you can edit the details. Right, and you can indicate whether you like it, whether you want to be notified. So that works for George. So moving on, let's see. So now we can actually check that this was created in the events list. Database.events.find. As there, George is celebrating 3 years without touching the bottle. Anniversary of sobriety, location YMCA, start date, end date, time. 6 till 10 o'clock. So it's there. Everything is there that was created. Okay, as a family head, I can remove a user from a group. So let's look at that. Let's go into the groups. We should probably add add a user before. So let's add a user. Let's use mine again. Achiever at iCloud.com. Create invite, copy link, this link, close. So now we go to another tab, paste, enter, hit login. The email, use the same email that we used to create the link. So it's gonna generate and recognize and create a token. Password, not now. bigachiever.com. Oh, we made an error there. Back to sign up. So we're gonna have to generate a third one because I think that one was used before. Close. So group member, invite Tom at jerry.com. Create invite. Then you got a token here. Copy link. Open a new tab. Use it. Oh, then you register. That's the mistake I made. You have to register. So it's Tom Cat. Tom Kitten. Next. Tom at jerry.com. That's already there. His date of birth was 1937, let's say. September 20th. Next. Now choose a password. There. So the invite code is there. And it's already checked that there's an invite code. So now when we sign up, we should have a new one. We're already in George's group because George is the one who invited him. Okay. Now let's go back to George and see the group members. Where are we? George Jefferson's group members. Tom Kitten is now there. Okay, so as a family head, I can remove a user from a group, but before I do that, let's go and see that Tom Kitten is actually there. So it's database.users.find, and this is it, Tom at jerry.com, as we just did. Date of birth, 1937, 20th of September, standard row, right? And his name is Tom Kitten. So it did work once again. So now we can remove him, Tom Kitten, remove. We also have the option to set as co-admin, but that's not the current task. So he's gone. Okay. So now just back to George. And that's it for this one. So the user no longer appears in the group members list. The database recorded it as inactive. Let's go back and see. Database dot users dot find, and there's Tom, Jerry, and database dot events dot find. The event that's there, the anniversary, yes, it was checked already. Just wanted to double check that. Okay, so this can be marked as green as well. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the core features of the app that are actually functional. So we can stop there and continue with the unit testing if those are ready from my team. Thank you.